pump. Just starting it up now. It screeched like bugger, eh? And then it's power steering belt. The power steering pump has ceased up. Up YouTube.
Crikey!
Up and good morning to the very top of Australia. I'm just up the road from, just down the road from the most northerly point of Australia. I'm just camping on the beach. I don't want to get too close because you've got all the mangoes. Amazing how they they live like that, them trees. But there is some big saltwater crocodiles here, and I'm not getting too close to the edge because I don't want to be snatched, because they like hiding around here. I don't want to be food for them. Yeah, last night, as soon as the wind died down, it was nice with the wind because it kept you cool. Then as soon as the wind died down, just heated up. It got hot, but anyhow, I'll show you up there. Mind you, I must say, it's nice drinking a cup of tea in the morning with some stuff like that, with a view like that. It's fascinating. And you get the red and the different colours in. Pretty sharp on your feet. I mean, I've got Australian safety footwear on, which I've already broke once. I was talking to a guy yesterday at the Cape, and he's not long did the Canning stock route, and he says, there's a wheel there. Somebody left the wheel. Yeah, they did the Canning stock route, and you want to be doing it as early as possible before it gets too warm. September, it's going to really get too warm. Beginning of September should be okay. All depends how long you take to do the canning. If you take a couple of weeks, you can do it quick. You can do it in 10 days, or you can do it in 3 weeks. So the longer you take, the hotter it's going to be further south. I've got 2 weeks really to get to the start of this canning, and I want to go to Darwin. So once I get down off here, it's big wide roads, so I think I'm going to have to put serious miles in, like 300 miles a day or something, to get over to Darwin, do what I want to do in Darwin, and then start the canning before it gets too hot. Anyhow, we'll figure that out later. Catch you later. Yup, and good morning YouTube. Today I am heading to Fruit Bat Falls. It's in Cape York. I've just been to the very end of Australia, and I need to put some miles in, but I'm heading down, and everybody says I've got to go and have a look at these falls, so that's where I'm going. Let's have a look when we get there. Well, it must be really important because they've put it in German. Do not swim. Crocodiles may cause injury and death. No shit, Sherlock. So this is Fruit Bat Falls. No swimming allowed because there's crocodiles. These people aren't really there, it's all a figment of your imagination, but that water looks so nice and cool, I must admit, and deep. Yeah, that water looks so nice and appetising. That's pretty cool, I must admit, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, it looks like it's on bedrock with some big holes. That's cool. Really cool. It's quite deep. Quite deep as well. Yeah, nice. I've just been told to the guy, there's no crocodiles with it. I don't know what they're on about. It's pretty fresh water, it's more noticeable going up. Yeah, that's pretty little fishes in there. No piranhas. That's quite nice. Yeah, it's a shame you can't camp here because I'll be swimming in there myself. Pretty cool, I must admit. You see the little fisher? Right, time to head south again. Well, you're driving along and you find another one. Yeah, this one's obviously been underwater. Looking at it. Somebody's dead compressor. But yeah, obviously it's been underwater. Yeah, it's generally because it's all the stuff in the bottom. There's a rail system as well. The only thing I can't bloody find, or somebody's had a tailgate. The only problem I can't find is a freaking number plate. All these abandoned cars, and I can't find a freaking number plate anywhere. But yeah, so at some point this has been flooded. I'm pretty much guessing pretty well. It's been flooded. It is what it is. Any parts that people can have, people will have. Front axle. Yeah, it is what it is. Well, on a lot of these roads in Australia, these type middle of nowhere roads, you find a lot of abandoned things. One of them, the biggest one that you see, is dead kangaroos or wallabies, like kangaroo things. Another thing, the third one, is probably solar panels. So solar panels fly off. They've not been bolted on. They fly off, and I've seen so many ones that have flown off. It's gone down the road. You know, so they've just driving around the road, and then they've just flown off. So many of them. And then the other thing that you see, probably the biggest, is abandoned vehicles, either crashed or burnt out vehicles. Ooh. Still got a number plate on. Didn't expect that. So yeah, I'll have to have that as a memento. But yeah, that is too bad. Very foobard indeed. Obviously this for a ute as well. Not the best. So probably full of camping gear, expecting to go on a nice broken wheel there. So I wonder if it crashed or something. Yeah, the back axle's probably alright. Isuzu D-Max, so that's what it was. So when people ask what can go wrong when crossing water crossings, well, if this Nissan patrol driver, hang on, there's just a car coming, a lot, a hell of a lot. Yeah. So it's not very good. At least no parts have been stolen off of it. And there's still a tow rope attached to it. If you want to try and tow it out. Yeah, that's quite stuck. Very stuck. Very, very stuck. I think he might have water in the engine. Somehow. Do you not think? I think he might just have water in the engine. But this is Shelley River, Cape York. Just outside Lana, is it? Oh, Cape York. Yeah, not the best. Kind of broken one of my unbreakable shock absorbers. It's bent as a banana. So I've also done that and all the actual twisting bit. So I'm heading back down into Cairns because there's a Land Rover place there, and I can see Brent as well, and I need to get a sand flag and other bits and pieces for the cranny. So I'm going to head down there, see what I can get. I might actually, I'll see what springs he's got, because I might take these springs off. And I think that probably caused some damage, but didn't help with what I was doing, but there you go. Well, good morning YouTube. I did the telegraph track, and yes, I did sustain a bit of damage, but it was fun. So, coming back, I heard a bit of a funny noise, because you know I had the 500 kilo springs, which are actually in there now, brand new. I ain't chucking them away. So what's happened is the springs are too tall, so it's, as you say now, it's sit 3 inches lower now than what it was before. But what happened with axle tilting, with cross axling, so this wheel was right up against the wheel arch and the other one was right down, it did a lot of twisting and banging. Now one of my really expensive shockers, which is a Cone 8 Rally Raid, there was a lot of banging and clattering about, and as I'm coming back, because the shocks are maxed out, when the spring's normal, just standing there normal, they're at maxed out, so it won't go up any. So when it goes down with all the weight, and all of a sudden it goes down like a hump in the road where it goes down and then back up like that, so the motor goes down and then shoots back up, it was just putting so much strain on the shock hubs. So these shockers are 7 years old, and the thread at the end is got a little bit rusty over the time. But as you notice with that, it's bent, and there is a whacking great big dent there. And these, you can see how thick they are. They're like 2.5 mil, but you can see the whole shocker is bent. You see it there, look. You see how really bent it is. They're £250 a piece. The other one's not bad. The top bush has suffered. It's supposed to have a metal sleeve in it, but the bolt, the nut came off, the sleeve came out. That's what I changed. But also this one has had a battery in there as well. I can save this one, I can heat that up, but it's not bent. It's never been a good side, this one, for some reason, but so I can heat that up, or I could just whack it as it is against this when it's at the end. So that's going to be my spare shocker. So I'm going to take the because this one's knackered now. Nothing I can do with that. Well, I could straighten that. I'd try a bit of a hammer, but that's tough metal, so I could straighten that. But I ain't gonna straighten that. It's not leaking though, but there's no way on earth I can straighten that. So the piston's inside that, and it's trying to force its waste past that. So I think what's happened, it's pulled the nut off. With the spring going up, it's pulled the nut off, and the shocker's hit the deck, so it's chewed up even more. Maybe caught on the road, and then pushed that into a bolt on the suspension with a right whack. But you can see the bush is not the best from the end, so I'm going to take this metal thick ring out here, this metal tube, and then put that on the other one, so at least I do have a spare bush and a spare collet, but they're a bastard to put in. So I think, yeah, and the springs as well. So the springs were I'll go around this way, it's probably better. The springs were 500 kilos, which were just too heavy and too high. There was that much higher than the ones that I had, which I think were 400 kilos. So I've managed to find a set. They're only second hand, but some yellow ones, King Springs, and they're 400 kilos, but the second hand. And the only shockers I could find was Terra Firma. They're the only new shockers I could find, so I've had to get a couple of them. I don't particularly like Terra Firma because they have a habit of breaking. So it is what it is. That means I can put my anti-roll bar back on. So I'll get cracking. Catch you later. Good morning YouTube. I'm on another track. I'm on a a shortcut across to Alice Springs from Isa. Is it Isa? And I've just come across, I thought, oh, somebody's camping here. Oh, no, they're not camping here, look. It's thing is, when you look at it, it actually looks like a reasonably newish car. Full leather interior, 7-seater. Basic cars, pin approval. Gwyneth Morris. That's I wonder if somebody's tipped it on it. Yes, I'm guessing somebody's rolled it on its side to get some bits off underneath. I'm guessing. Yeah, it's a long way to be stolen and just dumped here, but unless some community near here has been rolled over. You see that imprint of the wheel on there, so it's been rolled over for some or other, so all the oils come out. Anyhow, it's funny, I'm just driving down here in the middle of Australia all the way to Airdrop, Alice Springs, and it just reminds me of the African savannah. It really does. The tyre pressure's down. It's actually a reasonably decent track. But yeah, just reminds me of the African savannah. Big animals trying to kill it, it's just small ones. And dead kangaroos. Yeah, there's an awful lot of dead kangaroos. So I've just noticed an old bonnet of a car up there, and it had a McDonald's sign on it. Next McDonald's 700 kilometres away, which is pretty cool, which is pretty funny. Another bonnet saying, "Are we there yet?" Well, I've been in Australia for a few months, and I've just been in Queensland basically. So now I'm heading into the Northern Territories. I'm about 400 miles from Alice Springs. And there's two flies bothering me, the fucking things. I'm gonna hate flies in a bit. I'll do anyway. So, yeah. So I'm in the second state. I'm probably in a few days' time I'll be in the third state. Right, catch you later. I don't know if you can actually see that, but you saved me a tyre. I found the hole eventually. So, fucking grasshopper there, look, it's still alive. So, time to plug it, blow it up again. I haven't done a flat tyre in a while. First time in these, I think. Oh no, second time. Let's plug it. Find a plug first. So, these things. These things here. Look. So you stick these in the hole. And away you go. Is this glue any good? I might have enough. Oh, that's just blown away. I need that. I need that. And I need that. So you stick this in the hole. It's hard doing this when a flies in between your glasses and your eye. So you give that a clean up. So I've got sticky stuff all over my fingers now. So you find the hole, then you put it in and pull it out. That's going up in the world. I had to jack it a little bit because it was leaking past the bead where it was sat on the, where it was completely down. It was sat on the bead, so normally when you let the tyre pressure down, you don't get so many flat tyres because it's a lot softer. But I'm only running 30 psi in the back anyway, so maybe it may be that. It's just a rock from the sharp edge has gone in it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Well, fuck off flies. Up and good morning. I'm being attacked by flies. Well, I'm on the road to Alice Springs. I'll keep moving and get these fuckers away from me. I'm 280 miles from Alice Springs on a dirt track. I've just started. Yesterday I heard a bit of a bearing noise. Well, yesterday, first off, I had a flat tyre. Think, well, yeah, fine. So I mended that, and then I was listening to the Land Rover and I thought, well, I could hear a bit of a bearing noise. And I thought, well, fucking hell, what's that? And I thought, probably a fucking water pump. Just started it up now. It screeched like bugger, eh? And then I thought, oh, fucking hell, bearing's gone in water pump. Had a look. No, it's not. It's coming off the power steering belt. Get off, I'm between my glasses. It's power steering belt. The power steering pump has ceased up. So the belt's destroyed itself. So I've got a 280 miles drive into Alice Springs with no power steering. Wonderful. And to top it all, I was leaning on Land Rover and I gave this eek, so I had a quick look underneath and the driver's side front spring's broken as well now. And I'm supposed to be doing the canning stock route. Fucking Land Rover's falling apart.